Hi there. Welcome back to Better Sex Radio. We are talking today with Todd Carter. He's the marketing director of SportSheets.com. And you probably heard me raving about their products because I love the quality. I love that they're so innovative. They come up with products that actually work for all of us, even those of us who are not a size 6, which I really appreciate. Most of my customers tend to be a size 12 and above, so it's really nice when we can sell them products like the doggy style strap that actually work for them. So a big applause to Sport Sheets and for thinking of everybody, Todd. We love your products.
Well, thanks. And it only makes sense. Most of the world is size 12 and above.
I know.
I don't know where this 00 mentality comes from.
and you're in LA, which is LA is like the home of the 00s, right? Or the double Ds.
Yeah, the 00s and double Ds. That's right.
I'm so excited that you make your products in America too. Who knew? I just had no idea. I'll definitely have to start pumping that one up.
Yeah, I do, because, we do it in Orange County. We actually produce stuff here in-house. We have 8 other companies that sew for us in and around Santa Ana, Huntington Beach, Costa Mesa. So we really pride ourselves on that.
Well, the other product that we sell a ton of is the beginner's bondage.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. And so we love the packaging because it works so well for the home party plan. And, of course, it's nice and easy to ship out to our customers all over the United States. Nice and light and just small packaging, not a lot of extra packaging, which sometimes is really common in our industry. So tell everybody about the beginner's bondage.
Well, the beginner's bondage fantasy is really what it is. It's a fun fantasy role play kit that is not intended for somebody who's more into serious bondage. And I've kind of been on this kick as far as the word bondage. I do a lot of word association stuff when I do presentations, and the word bondage has, a horrible reputation. All you have to do is watch one of those Sex Slaves in America specials on MSNBC and hear the number of times they say the word bondage. Yeah. It's never positive. So we really, we make fantasy restraint and role play stuff for couples that just make it, fantastic. So it's a soft 4 cuffs, very soft, with attached tethers, soft blindfold that you can have a fun little night out with your partner.
Yeah, I guess bondage does have a lot of negative connotations, but it's really just like a little bit of fun. It's not like heavy-duty, serious bondage gear. It's just playful.
Not at all. Yeah, you're exactly right. And I think for the average, consumer, if you were to say, hey, come check out my bondage section, whether it's on a store or a website, my guess is probably less than 50% of the people actually would do that if that's the first thing they saw.
Yeah. So the 4 restraints basically have the kind of like the doggy style has the padding across the hips.
Yes.
The 4 restraints have that same kind of foamy, soft material that goes around your wrists or your ankles or all 4.
Yes.
And then it has a wonderful blindfold.
Again, we do those here, and it's very soft. We get a lot of compliments. My aunt uses them as sleep masks.
I was just going to say, and we tell people that too, especially people with kids, if they have to sometimes sleep during the day. I'm like, use the beginner's bondage blindfold. It's really like having blackout curtains on your window.
It is, and it's your eyes don't sweat. It's made of a nice fabric that actually kind of cups your eyelids and makes them very soft and doesn't leave an indentation in your forehead.
Yeah, it's really soft, and I don't know, it's different than any of the other blindfolds I've ever sold, as far as, I've sold thousands of them, but that one is so nice. Have you guys ever thought about just packaging the blindfold, or maybe you do?
We actually do. In our flirt line, we have the soft blindfold is available, and it's in 4 colors: hot pink, light pink, black, and red.
Nice. Okay. I'll have to get some of those then for sure. And then, so I know you guys are so excited, and I am too, about your new Sex in the Shower products. And for our listeners, you have to go check out sexintheshower.net. Because who doesn't love sex in the shower? And it's a way almost to make sex in the shower safer.
Well, here's what we found out, and this is something, again, typical of our products. We tend to develop things for 2, sometimes 3 years, and we really like to solve problems. That's, give us a problem in your sex life, we want to try and solve it. So with Sex in the Shower, we focus group this line, we test marketed this line, and did interviews and talked to a lot of different people. And what we've come to learn is the shower is the second most popular place that couples have sex.
Yeah.
Couples with young kids, it's the number 1 and sometimes only place they have sex. It's
the only time they get any privacy, right? They lock the door, mom and dad are taking a shower.
Exactly. I heard the same different thing, the same thing from others that all the ones we interviewed, juice box, Teddy Grahams, and a DVD, and they run to the bathroom.
Exactly. I hear that a lot, too. That's funny. It's universal.
And so it's like, hey, and the end of that story is always frustration because you can never get the right position or get in the right angle to actually have satisfying sex in the shower because the soap dish is in the wrong place. Mm-hmm. The shower head, only hits one of you, so you're cold.
One of you's freezing and shivering.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, we can work with that, and we want to give products that's going to actually help you have satisfying sex in the shower.
Brilliant.
And yeah, it's exciting. We just launched the line in the last 2 weeks, and it's a series of a nice lockdown suction handle system with a footrest, and so you can get that optimum angle of penetration. So you can, stretch and move and get the foot up and do the things that are going to allow you to actually have satisfying sex.
I love it. You guys thought of everything with that line.
Well, and we didn't leave out the vibrators, too, because it's also, a number one place usually that women masturbate. Some alone time in the shower. So really the key to this line is discreet. These products can stay in your bath or shower all the time, and the neighbors, when they come over for a dinner party, the nosy neighbor can't look and go, oh, my God, look what they're doing. Right. And the kids, the housekeeper, the in-laws, nobody's going to know that nice sponge in your bathtub has a vibrator tucked in.
Yeah, the vibrating sponge, the vibrating scrunchie. We do suggest to the people with kids or the moms especially, when you have children, the best place to have a little fun alone is in the shower or the bathroom. So we usually end up recommending waterproof toys that they can even sort of store away at the top shelf of the bathroom. And then, because we know that's the only time sometimes they get privacy. And women tell me too, even if they, they're in there and they tell their kids, okay, mommy's going to be in the bathroom, like the kids will write notes on a piece of paper and shove it under the door. And I'm like, oh my goodness, seriously, you get no time to yourself when you have small kids. So this is a perfect line for those ladies. And definitely go check out sexintheshower.net. And Todd, tell everybody how they can find you on Facebook.
Just go to facebook.com/sexintheshower, become our fan, and you get all the latest updates, promotions that are going on in different parts of the country, any kind of thing. It's been pretty exciting that we just keep getting more and more fans, and you get to see all the latest and greatest stuff about Sex in the Shower on our own fan page. Yeah,
it's a great fan page, and you can also look up Sports Sheets on Facebook as well. And of course, Bliss Connection is on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/Bliss Connection. And I was wondering, you guys don't sell any lubricants, do you, Todd?
No, not yet. We're as phase 2 of our partnership we're working on with a couple of lube companies for a Sex in the Shower lube, because that is one of the biggest problems of lube washing off when you're trying to have, satisfying sex in the shower. But I also want to throw out there on Facebook, and if you have a product and you have an idea, this is the way that we communicate with people, is tell us your ideas, tell us what you liked about something, what you didn't like about it, and I guarantee you we will respond to that.
Well, yeah, you said you could make the change in the doggy style strap within 4 weeks. That's really impressive.
Well, we take it very seriously. So.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Well, the reason I brought up the lube thing is because for a lot of women, having sex underwater can be uncomfortable because it seems counterintuitive, but the vagina dries out underwater and then water-based lubricants just wash away.
Right.
So we usually recommend the Eros for the silicone lubricant because it's great for sex in the hot tub, in the shower, the silicone lubricants keep everything nice and lubricated even with the water running over your body or even if you're in the water like in the bathtub or the hot tub.
That's exactly right, because I spent many years in the lube side of the business. And,
did you?
With ID, and silicone is the best thing to use for water play.
Yeah, it's great.
I love it.
And, whenever I bring up sex in the shower or the jacuzzi, I can see sometimes at the home parties the girls cringe a little bit. I'm like, wait, I have a solution. Because, seriously, after 2 or 3, let's call it strokes, it kind of hurts a little bit for us. It just kind of tears. So